things used to be a lot different in the past. They've gotten better over the previous 4 years, and they're even better now. So we need the community. We don't know. We can go by our own ideas of what's right and what you need, but if you come and tell us, then we really know. And the more people that tell us what they need, the better the overall picture we have of how to move the district forward to do the best we can for the students and the entire community. But without your input, we don't know. We only have our own concept of what would work.
And that goes for the teachers too. I mean, we always hear that.
Absolutely.
We always hear from the parents, but we don't always hear from the teachers. And, you know, if we're not told, how could we know? Sort of like when your kids don't tell you something, they think you know, and you're just sitting there looking at them and you're like, how could I possibly know that? You know, we had a few teachers in here, Laura's a teacher, but I mean, if you don't, we don't know. If they might think we know, well, I told this person, and this person, but that doesn't mean we know. And I know
it's just like the issue with the whiteboard that Laurel Zimmerman brought up. We never heard that. I've gone to, and I read the minutes of the building and grounds meetings.
I'll tell you this, there's a lot of staff members that don't come because, one, they fear retribution, and they also fear of being harassed.
Well, let me just say this.
Community members.
Retribution.
And I know there's a collective bargaining agreement, I understand that, but there's also a trickle-down effect that comes down and it comes back to the teachers. I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm saying staff members feel that way.
Well, I know
and it's not just because of previous board and this board, if that is just a general feel. That's it. School boards, school districts all over the country, staff members don't show up because they fear retribution. So that's something you're going to deal with, regardless as to which way it's going to go. But that is an issue that you will have to face.
I mean, we understand that, but again, we hear from the public all the time. They're always going to complain or give us mostly complaints. But if we don't hear from the teachers, everything is two-sided. But again, how could we?
And staff members can provide anonymous information to the board at any time through the email.
That's what I was thinking, anonymous.
Right.
Talking to us in an anonymous
But
manner.
there again, anonymous, how much is it going to be taken seriously because it's anonymous? So it's a catch-22.
But with a moral government, they're gonna listen regardless of who said it.
I think that we're starting to have an open dialogue, and I think it will get better.
It's not just that, it's also, the superintendent is also the spokesperson for the staff. And they can go to the superintendent with concerns that can be brought to us. In the past, I have been told by staff members that they wouldn't do that for fear of retribution. It wasn't retribution from the board. We have a new acting superintendent who has a total different outlook, it seems. Okay. Hopefully, we will be able to find a superintendent that will understand the board's vision of how this needs to go. Open, honest communication with moral principles applied. We're not going to know until we hire that person.
Right, and it's going to take some time, and it's going to take some time for some trust to be built up with staff members too.
Absolutely.
So it's going to take a long time and just.
But we have the same issue with the parents. There were people removed years ago from meetings by the police for speaking out.
Why?
That won't happen here, because we want to hear. But as long as the staff knows, and I mean, we had a couple of board members do some research and find out that what we're paying substitutes is far less than other districts.
It goes across the board, it's not just substitutes.
Yes, I know that now. I mean, I know that now.
A lot of people.
There's a lot of adjustments that need to be made, and that's part of the negotiations. And that's why this time we have someone doing the negotiations, not board members. We're working on it. I would like to see our starting salary raised. I would like to, there's a lot of things I would like to change, but it's not my area of expertise. So, but we want the entire community, and that includes teachers, to know that we are here to listen.